Hey guys, this is a new series I've been wanting to do for a little bit. Some of you might find it boring, I don't know. But it's called Multimedia Rewind, and basically any kind of media I've consumed, games, books, movies, TV, whatever. I just like, whatever I've finished, I like to mix it all up and talk about it in the same video. Just like the pickups, I'll just go through each section and kind of discuss just a little bit about each one, and maybe some of you will find something you like, or I don't know. But I'll start out with the games. These are just some of these I beat like last year. I just haven't like talked about them yet. And I'd like to get my opinions out on stuff after I finish it. So the first game is Kingdom Hearts 2. I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 when I was like, I don't know how old I was, but it was a long time ago. It was probably 6-7 years ago, something like that. So I decided I want to finally play Kingdom Hearts 2, and so I popped it in. Originally I was going to play Rechain of Memories first, just because it's the story in between, but it just really pissed me off. The card battles and stuff. Like, I liked the game, but it just got kind of hard. Like, not hard as in like difficulty hard, like annoying hard. You know, something so annoying that it makes it hard for you to even continue. It's that kind of hard, and I didn't really like that. I am gonna go back though and finish that eventually, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, Disney Final Fantasy mixed. Yeah, most of you probably know what it is. The next one is Uncharted 4. I actually platinumed this one. Just more of the same great Uncharted. The only difference in gameplay really is you now have a rope with like a hook on it, I guess, and you can swing and pull stuff down and all that kind of stuff. It just makes for a new kind of gameplay mechanic. Great game though. I have no problems with this game at all. I think some people had some problems, but I didn't. I liked it a lot. The next one is Uncharted 4. Not Uncharted 4. Fallout 4. If you like Fallout 3, you like Fallout 4. I like Bethesda games, but their stories are kind of weak in my opinion. But this game has a better story than some of the other ones I've played. And I've played not all of them, but Fallout 3, 4, some of New Vegas, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind. They usually have pretty weak stories, but this one has a slightly better story. I will not ruin any of that. By the way, these videos are completely spoiler-free every single time, because I hate people spoiling stuff. But yeah, Fallout 4, very fun, you know, first-person RPG. I thought the game glitched at one point, and it really pissed me off, and I almost stopped playing, but it wasn't. It was kind of a glitch, it wasn't though. Anyways, Dear Esther, I don't recommend buying this game. While I didn't mind it, just because I have a very open mind when it comes to video games, a lot of you probably wouldn't like this, because basically this game is like I'm not exaggerating. Every single button on your controller, except for like start, zooms. It just zooms in a little bit. That's the only thing you do. You walk and zoom, and so you'll just be walking along, looking at everything, you know, looking at the grass and the trees and the ocean, and then you'll see something you kind of interested in, zoom, and then every once in a while you'll trigger a narrator to start telling a bit of the story, and then you end the game. That's all you do. You just walk, follow a path. It's linear, by the way. I mean, you can kind of go off the path and do other things, but basically you're staying on a path, walking, trigger a kind of a story segment, narrator, keep walking, walked into the game, credits. That is what this is. Like I said, I don't mind it, but basically because I'd like to myself make games eventually. So when I see something like this, instead of like playing it through a consumer kind of mindset, like, oh, I paid this much money and I should get to shoot stuff, blah blah blah, I more look at it like I'm like, oh, you know, these textures are nice, you know, this is cool. Oh, like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, it's something that I might have made. I don't know. but I don't recommend buying it really, because I know a lot of you are going to get pissed off and you're going to gripe about it, so just don't do it. Unless you don't mind just complete story-based games, which the story isn't even... I don't even think the story's deep enough to warrant buying it, honestly. But anyways, I'll continue. Grand Theft Auto 5. It's the first Grand Theft Auto I've ever beaten. Yes, I know, hang me, shoot me, because you're mad because I've only beaten one Grand Theft Auto. But, yeah, I love this game, though. The story's decent. I thought the Grand Theft Auto stories were going to be really shitty, and if the other Grand Theft Auto stories are like this, let me know, because I have no idea. I've barely played any of them. I played a little of 3 and a little of Vice City, just when they first came out, but, it seems like all I was doing was just, like, killing people in the streets, and I got kind of bored, so I just stopped playing it. But, this one makes me want to play the rest of them. Trevor's hilarious, and I'm, like, 99% sure he is secretly gay. Just to let you guys know. Nothing against that. I'm just saying, some of the comments he makes, you're kind of like, I know what's in your brain. But anyways, it's hilarious though. He's funny. The other characters are like have their own qualms and stuff. Anyways, great game. I liked it a lot. It's gonna make me want to play the other Grand Theft Autos. The next game here is Firewatch. This was a game of the month, and no, none of those were. Just kidding. Firewatch. It's another walk around, and it's what made me want to play Dear Esther, actually. Another like walk around, explore, trigger, story, but it has a little bit more gameplay because you can like actually open doors and open latches and have to like figure out kind of puzzles here and there. I love this game though. This game holds a very special place in my blood beater. Blood pumper, I mean, not blood beater. Because when I was little, I used to play in the woods all the time. Like, a lot of my childhood was just running around the woods. My friend and I, you saw him on a couple videos, Eric. We would literally just be in the woods all day doing random stuff. Like, we would say, like, each section of the woods, like my pond was, like, where all the water Pokemon were. And then there was this place, I live in Oklahoma, so there's, like, a lot of red mud, red dirt. You know, they say that red dirt country music or whatever. Anyways, there was a really red-looking area, and we'd say that's where the fire Pokemon were. And then in the back, there was, like, a grassy area. We say that's where the grass Pokemon were, etc., etc. And we even named our own, I let him have a tree, one of my trees on my land, and he named it Eric Tree, and it was, like, curved like this. Anyways, yeah, so a lot of fun in the woods, very nostalgic, just running around the woods, having fun, and you get to be in the woods a lot in this, just, like, exploring, looking around, and for some reason, it reminded me of, like, playing in the woods when I was little, because most of this game, you're, like, just trumping through the woods, and so I really liked that. And then the story was very interesting. Very, very creepy atmosphere in this game too. Very, like, it turned out to be like one of those surprise kind of horror games. Like, it's not really horror, but it was really creepy. But yeah, I love this game. It can do no wrong. Play it. Okay, that's all the video games. So if you guys don't care about any of the other stuff, I guess I'll see you later. But next up, I'll do movies because I didn't see that many movies, so I'll just, do that one. I was on Netflix one night, kind of taking some shots, just by myself, just hanging out. And the fiance was off on a Florida trip or something, so I was just doing my own thing. And I noticed Blank Check was on Netflix, and I haven't seen this movie since I was little. I used to watch this movie all the freaking time. Basically, the premise behind this movie is this kid, his older brothers, they're not that much older, they're probably like 14, 15. They have jobs, like little side jobs, and they get money and stuff, and he's like all jealous because he doesn't have money. And his dad's always telling him, be more like your brother, like stuff like that, and he fights with his brothers, obviously. They're like the golden children. And he's like riding his bike to go deposit like $10 he got for his birthday into the bank, and this this like drug lord. I don't even know how he got his money, honestly. He's like an ex-prisoner, and he stored all this money in the bank. This isn't a spoiler, by the way. This is like set up at the very first of the movie. I'm just telling you kind of what it's about in case you want to watch it. He backs out of a parking spot, like in the bank parking lot, and hits his bike. And he's basically like, "Kid, how much do you want? Come on, like, how much is the bike? Like, I'll just write you a check for it." And then the cops like see what happened, and they're starting to come around, so he gets all frantic, the bad guy, and just hands him a check that all he did was sign it. And the kid's like, and he goes home, and he just got a new computer, so he types in $1 million, and then goes and cashes it. And so he takes like all that dude's like drug lord money or whatever, and he's like rich now, as you can see from the backpack full of money. So yeah, Blank Check. Very funny movie. There's a lot of like sexual references in this that I didn't notice when I was younger. Like at one point he's talking to his dad, and he's about to leave. Basically he's posing as this guy named Macintosh because he doesn't want everyone to know that he actually has the money, because no one's gonna like believe a kid who's trying to buy all this stuff with $1 million. Anyways, and there's this girl in the movie. Anyways, he says something like Macintosh has a hot date tonight or something like that, and he says like, don't wait up because he's not gonna come back. He's gonna be out late pretty much. And the dad's like, oh lucky, like it was a sexual reference. Like I didn't quote it word for word, but it was definitely a sexual reference. Like it even pisses the wife off. It's kind of funny. Anyways, watch Blank Check. Very funny movie. I just talked about a 90s kids movie for like it was a freaking Siskel and Ebert 2 thumbs up movie. Anyways, the next movie I watched was Deadpool. I just watched that like 2 nights ago. Holy crap, great movie. I think that the superhero movies need to stay rated R. If you don't believe me, look at Deadpool, Logan. I don't remember what the DC movies are rated. They're usually higher than the Marvel, I'm sure. Marvel are kind of aimed at kids usually, it seems like. But lots of gore, lots of like vulgar jokes. But you would not be able to do a Deadpool movie without it rated R. I'm just going to say that. Ryan Reynolds did a great job as Deadpool. Great movie though. If you like Deadpool, go watch it. Anyways. The next one is another superhero movie. Well, super villain, I guess. Suicide Squad. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, but I actually did enjoy it. A lot of people talk down on it because they think it aims too much at Will Smith's character, Deadshot. I think it's Deadshot. I'm pretty sure it's Deadshot. And they say like the Joker should have been implemented more, but how cliche do you want to be? Like the Joker is the vocal point of like every single Batman story in mainstream media. Like, we can leave the Joker alone. It's okay. I like the Joker. I do. And, you know, the Suicide Squad's version of the Joker, little gangster Joker, Jared Leto, it was fine. I think the way they did him was perfect, though, because he would just pop in at times and, like, show Harley's kind of backstory and stuff, which I thought that was good. And I'm a big Will Smith fan, so that's another reason why I probably don't mind him being the main vocal point. But, I mean, come on, like, we don't need the Joker to be the main guy in every single thing he's in. It's not necessary. There's one really funny part though. Harley's on her motorcycle driving really fast, and like she's like stalking the Joker pretty much, and he's like driving, and she pulls up next to him, like, you know, chasing him, and he's just like acts like he doesn't know her. Like they're really like only ones on the road. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Anyways, pretty good movie. Kind of corny. The only thing I didn't like about it is how corny it was. Because, like, they'd be fighting all these, like, hard-ass dudes that were, like, mutated and stuff, and like, Harley would just have a baseball bat, and she'd be beating the shit out of them, and I'm just like, and a lot of them had guns, actually, so I'm just like, you're bringing a baseball bat to a gunfight. In real life, he'd probably die, but it's okay, it's a movie. Anyways, the next one is, this one very, very, very much surprised me, Ouija, how do you say Ouija? Ouija board? Like a Ouija board? The first one was terrible. Like, first one was just like, don't watch the first one. Skip the first one. The second one has a really high rating on Rotten Tomatoes, actually. It's a very creepy movie. I really highly recommend the second Ouija movie. It doesn't tie into the first one. Forget the first one. Very creepy. Very, like, raises your anxiety level kind of, you know, type of thing. Very surprising. I didn't think the second one would be good just because the first one sucks so bad, but I do highly recommend the second one. Horror movie. If you don't know what a Ouija board is, it's where you all put your hands on the board and it has all the letters and numbers and stuff, and you let it move itself around if spirits are around or whatever. Great movie though. Go watch it. Okay, now to the books. First one here is Pokemon manga. This is book 1. You know, I wanted a deep. I've been wanting a deep Pokemon story because I love the thought of the world of Pokemon. Like, it's a very interesting concept, but the anime just like makes me really annoyed sometimes because there'll be like a decent story arc going on, and then Team Rocket pops in and ruins it and like makes the show corny, and then like the same thing just happens over and over, and it gets really annoying. Well, if you want a good Pokemon story, this is where it's at. I've only read volume 1, but this is darker. Like, a Pokemon actually dies in this, and Team Rocket is in it, but not as like prominent. Like, prepare for trouble, blah blah blah. Like this actually is like a good Pokemon story. If you want a good Pokemon story, Pokemon, however you want to say it, tomato, read that. I'll just stick with like comics and whatnot. Wait, am I missing one? Did I read a note? No, I didn't. Transformers. I read the original when Transformers first came out, the comics anyways. I'm trying to see how many issues. It was only like 3 or 4 issues, and then it was supposed to stop after that, but it got so popular, like those issues did, that they just continued it. Sorry. And so I decided to read just the first few issues, just to see like what the hoopla was about, and it was actually pretty good. These old 80s comics are very, very corny, and like a lot of like dry jokes, and like they're not very violent because I guess the times are different. But I still liked it though. I really enjoyed it. And this is the Classics Volume 1. They go through all the old Transformers comics. And I also decided to read the original Ninja Turtle comics. As you can see, wait, is this the original? I don't think this is it. I think I grabbed the wrong book actually. But the original black and white comics, and it was really good. The Ninja Turtles originally were very dark. They were like they really changed up the story, not like a ton, but a little bit, when it comes to versus the movie and the cartoons and stuff. Slight alterations, like, I can't remember the difference. I read this a long time ago, but it was really good though. These have been my main vocal point comic-wise. These are the trade paperbacks of Power Rangers. They come with like, this is volume 1 and 2. I just got volume 3 in the mail. The Power Ranger comics are good, kind of like Pokemon. If you want a good Power Ranger story that's not super corny and super kiddie, you need to read these, because these like follow pretty closely to the actual Power Ranger stories, but they're a little darker and a little aimed at older audiences. There's a new comic coming out called Go-Go Power Rangers, and I think that might be the kiddie one. I'm not really for sure, but these are a lot darker and a lot better. Like, I've really enjoyed these. And last but not least here, I read this a long time ago, and I read the second one. I'm currently kind of reading the third one. I've been going on and off with it. But holy crap, these are good. How come no one told me how good these were? Like, I know these things have been out forever. Like, these things have been out a long time. But I never really got into them. I remember trying to read number 1. I got it from a book fair when I was in like elementary school. And I was like, let's try this. And I couldn't get into it for whatever reason. But now, like, I just want to go back to Hogwarts every time I finish a book. Like, I'm just like, oh, I want to go back to Hogwarts. Freaking fantastic books. This might be my favorite book series so far, and I'm only on book 3. So, yeah, if you have not read Harry Potter, go read it. Simply watching the movies does not count. I'm just telling you, it does not count. These have so much more detail, so much better than the movies. I've been reading one book, then watching the movie, watching the movie, which I've only done 2 times now, but the book is way better than the movie, which that's kind of a cliche thing to say. Everyone says that, but it's true. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys like this kind of video, but I'm going to keep doing them anyways, because I like discussing the stuff I've done. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.